The New Zealand-born Australian fighter Robert Whittaker is determined to connect with his Māori roots ahead of his UFC title defence against Kiwi star Israel Adesanya later this year. Born in South Auckland but raised in Sydney, the middleweight champion of the world's biggest mixed martial arts promotion has always considered both places home. Though keeping his title belt is a priority for Whittaker, his match-up against Adesanya has drawn him back to Aotearoa. As sports reporters Clay Wilson and Ravinder Hunia learned, Whittaker not only plans to learn more about his Māori heritage, but to give back to it as well.
Robert Whittaker!
Tā moko on one shoulder, the Southern Cross on his opposite chest. Robert Whittaker's dual heritage will be clear to see when he steps into the octagon later this year to face Nigerian-born Kiwi Israel Adesanya in the biggest fight in Australasian combat sports history. And the enormity of the UFC middleweight title fight has compelled the New Zealand-born Australian to finally answer calls from within.
Yeah. I've always had a strong affinity, a strong connection to my Māori blood and my roots. I've always felt like a warrior. You can see that when I fight, that there's a warrior in me. And I've always felt that connection. I've always felt it. It was always there. It was always in me. And to be able to come here and to learn about it more and to see my uncles and aunties and they're explaining it to me, it was very, very, very good for me.
The 28-year-old was born at South Auckland's Middlemore Hospital and moved to Sydney at 9 months old. Whittaker's mother is Māori from Ngāpuhi and his father is Australian. But his years across the ditch have prevented him from learning about his whakapapa. Now he's back to fill in the blanks, dismissing Adesanya's suggestion their fight is New Zealand versus Australia and insisting his Auckland visit has nothing to do with his opponent.
I guess I'm selfish. I'm here to explore my culture. I'm here to try to get a foothold for my program. I'm here to see my family. I'm not here to see him. Nor take anything away from him. I think he's done great things for combat sports in New Zealand. I think he's a great fighter, and I really look forward to, for us clashing.
Before that, though, Whittaker wants to further feed his desire to give back. The former rugby league talent has been working with an educational program helping Indigenous Australians and wants to do the same with young Māori.
We can make education fun. We can make learning fun through jiu-jitsu, through combat sports, and maybe luring him with like being part of my fight team. Who knows? And yeah, it would be great not only for the Māori in the community. It'd be great for me too, because I learn a lot from these programs. I learn a lot of history and culture, and yeah.
Whittaker hopes an increased sense of belonging will boost his chances against Adesanya. It might also gain him a few extra Kiwi fans. Although many of those who met him outside a central Auckland gym admit their loyalties will be torn, including young wrestler Nixon Suddens.
It's pretty hard because Rob's a Māori at heart, so it's like, and then Israel's Kiwi, we love him, so it'll be pretty good.
Pretty good is likely to be an understatement. Whittaker is on a 9-fight win streak stretching back to the first UFC event on Kiwi soil in 2014, while Adesanya has won all 17 of his professional MMA bouts. But Whittaker doesn't seem fazed by the Adesanya hype and believes the Auckland-based interim champion isn't even his biggest threat.
And who do you think coming up in the middleweight would be your hardest fight looking at?
Weidman, probably. I don't know. Israel's dangerous. Yeah. But I think I got him pegged. Yeah.
More confident predictions can be expected between now and the fight, with August or October the rumoured date. While it is yet to be officially confirmed, UFC boss Dana White says the fight will happen in Australia. And after it's done, Whittaker says Kiwi fight fans should prepare for the first title fight on New Zealand soil in UFC history.
My game plan is to defend my belt in home soil, which is Sydney. And then I will defend my belt in New Zealand.
Mō te hotaka o tia hipo nei, ko Clay Wilson aho.